Hello once again and welcome to Handicappers Corner. Along with Drew Forster, I'm Mike Heads. We'll go through the Sunday, May 27th program here at Hastings. We're here live at the Derby Bar and Grill. Hopefully you enjoyed our chat with Greg Douglas. If you haven't seen it, once again it's archived. Do check it out. It was a lot of fun visiting with Dr. Sport.
Dr. Sport, yeah, he's always a great interview. Great insight about Mario Mania, what's going on around town. Yeah,
no, it's going to be a lot of fun the next 2 weeks. Of course, heading up to June the 9th, Belmont Day. Lots going on that day at Hastings as well, of course, as at Belmont Park. So it should be a lot of fun. And Mario will be riding some races prior to the Belmont Day as well.
Yeah, so, he gets in week Saturday, so all that week he'll be on horses at Belmont.
So check it out at Belmont and make some money prior to Belmont.
Yeah, if he does anything like he did at Pimlico, you can cash a few tickets. On to our first at Hastings on the Sunday card. Fillies and Mares, wide open 7,500, and I went with a super hot horse this meet here. Yeah. Number 1, Line of Vision. Done nothing wrong here. Ran the 5,000 non-winners of the year, crushed there. Come back for this same tag, the 7,500, crushed again. Faces pretty much the same foes this time.
Right.
I don't see any reason why she can't cash again. So that would definitely, as I like to say, best bet of the day type candidate. Single, I'd say there. The second spot I put Delta Bouquet, a horse that ran 3rd in this race last time behind BC Cat, but BC Cat had a race under her belt that day. Delta Bouquet did not. So I think with the race under her belt, maybe she can turn the tables and catch the runner-up spot behind Line of Vision. And in 3rd, I do have BC. Oh, no, sorry. In 3rd, I have Mass Flora. Another one that probably needed the out in that Line of Vision race. Comes back with out of the Robbie Anderson barn, Ryan Pacheco in, and I think, yeah, with the starter under her belt, maybe she can get up, pick up the piece for 3rd.
Yeah, I agree with you. Lionel Vision is definitely the horse to beat. Probably going to get loose on the head end. There's no one really in the race that could probably go with her. Put BC Cat in for 2nd. Definitely a horse that, if anyone can beat Lionel Vision, it's going to be BC. I think BC Cat. And I put Delta Bouquet in for 3rd. But Lionel Vision, a standalone. I picked her every start this year, and I think she's not going to pay much this time. At least she
probably
paid.
Not.
It hasn't paid much yet, but she's definitely the horse to beat. Looks like a single in your pick 3s, pick 4s, or daily doubles, whatever you want to play, the Quinella. But 1-3-2 for me in the opener. We both agree on Lionel Vision. In the second race, so we got some $7,500 conditional claimers going 6.5 furlongs. Kind of like the 6 horse in here, Prophet Star. I'm gonna lean to the Gary Seats runner. Didn't get the best of trips. Was on off tracks too. I'm hoping that the track will stay nice, and I know weather is supposed to be okay for the weekend, but I thought that was for 17.5. Down for the 7,500 now. That's a big change. So 17.5 non-2s into this 7,500 non-2. And Roses for Ben, True Grit, Dilwyn. That was a little too tough for him. This is a lot easier, trying to have to beat Vying for Glory. So Marlo Dunn rides. I'm going to try Prophet Star to defeat the favorite Vying for Glory, who should go off as the favorite. And Ice Rules, who I liked last time, lightly raced. Daughter of Peace Rules, or Son of Peace Rules, that I thought ran very well. But still, this is a class. A little more talent in the race today, though. So I'm going to put him in the 3rd spot. I do like Prophet Star, though. I'm going to go 6-5-2.
Very nice. To switch around a little bit, I took Vying for Glory on top because he ran in that 7,500 last time, and I think he just got a little tired. He needed the race. He hadn't run since last year at Hastings. That was his first out this year. Just got a little tired down the lane, faded a little bit. I don't see that happening today with the race under his belt. I think he gets the lead and goes on with it, and he cashes. I do have Prophet Star in the 2nd spot. Again, that's a big class drop, as you say. He fits a lot snugger in here, and I agree with you too. In the 2 horse, Ice Rules, pretty convincing maiden win last time. Different horses he runs into now, so that's why I have him in the 3rd spot. But he did break his maiden pretty convincingly, so I got him in the 3rd spot. It's 5-6-2 for me.
Yeah, we like the same 3 horses, but we kind of switched them around a little bit.
Yep. On to the 3rd, Fillies and Mares non-winners of the year for 5,000, going 6.5. And I've gone to the 4, Tamarinda. Horse you picked last time, but she was scratched out of the race.
I didn't do well. I didn't do well there. You can't win with a scratched horse.
At least you got your money back. You got a refund on her, but she is kind of the class of the race. Hard knocking old mare. She's win 8 races, 8 seconds, 7 thirds. She's always seems to be in the thick of things. She'll probably be near the lead in here, and I think she can capitalize on a bit of a weaker field than she's used to facing. In the 2nd spot, I have Our Dubai Girl. a horse that fired first out this year out of the Frankie Barrowby barn at huge odds, 30 to 1.
You get a piece of that horse? You pick her every time.
I do pick her every time. I like our Dubai girl. Actually, you picked her third.
Actually, first time out when she was 30 to 1, I had her in the third spot. And she ended up winning. Yeah, it was good.
She's had a win, second and third. She's always running hard, it seems. That second race was a race where there was a spill, so there were some excuses. I was kind of wondered how she would fit in, you know, because that was a fragmented race. She came right back and ran a good third behind Diva Ballerini the other day.
That was good. Going long.
Going long, yeah. And now she comes back to the shorter trip a week later. I think she's right on top of her game, so I have her in second. And in third, I have My Bailout, a horse who just won the $3,000 of the year condition. Moves up the logical move right into the $5,000 Knowers of the year. And Red Hot William Levanaway, Amadeo Perez connection, I got them in third spot.
Yeah, I like the 7 horse in here, Perfect Hostess. I think this horse will get to the lead. This horse had Lino Vision on her the rider's boot the whole race, and that's tough to have the best horse lap right on you. And Lino Vision, of course, put her away. And then once you get put away on the turn, it's tough for you to hang on for second, and she didn't. She ended up fourth, but it was just her first start of the year. She went 22-1, 45-2, and you'll notice that the My Bailout race was the same day on May the 13th. They went 22-2, 46-2. Big difference in fractions. This filly had to go pretty fast. She's got some back class. She's won some races at Golden Gate. She's a nice mare. I think she can get to the top in here, and with the race under her belt, I think she's going to be really tough to beat. I put My Bailout in for second. Pretty impressed with the run. I know it was only against 3,000 claimers, but this horse won with authority and had something left, and she should win for $3,000. I mean, she's a quality filly, and she's up here for 5. Not a huge jump. Nothing really in form here that I think, other than our Dubai girl, that she should be worried about. I went 7, 8, and 2, but I do like Perfect Hostess. I think she's going to be the fastest of them all, and I think she can clear with Pedro Alvarado up and maybe take them all the way around there. At least she won't be hard to spot. She's a big, nice gray filly, nice, almost white. She's very easy to spot in the field. Hopefully she's on top. All right, on to the 4th race. We do have some maidens here. It's an optional 40 grand claimer for actually open claiming. We do have 1 filly in here. 7 colts and geldings, 6.5 furlongs. Kicks off your pick 5s. I went to the 8 horse High End Men. I didn't like really didn't fall in for anyone that had started. And so I went to the 8 High End Men. I'm going to try a firster this year. Just had the 1 run last season going 3.5. Pete Gregory's got this one firing some pretty fast stuff in the mornings. Hopefully that translates to a good performance today. But Amadeo Perez rides. That's a positive. He's obviously been aboard the son of Joey Franco in the morning. So I'm going to try him to win it. Tolatani, the 1 horse did break its maiden, but was disqualified for a medication violation in his final start last year. He's got some ability as well. Been working nicely for Julio Silva. And I put the 5, Simon Templar, who had a brutal trip in that Wayland Jack finished ahead of him, but this horse had the brutal 3 and 4 wide trip, and it still only got beat 1.5 lengths. So and Fernando rides. So a race that I really think you should gallop up to the paddock. If you're at the track, have a look at them, because there's a few firsters in here that could be live at first asking. Any of the horses that have run, as I mentioned, they've been okay, but not something you want to back at 2 to 1 or 5 to 2, like Wayland Jack or some of these horses Tolatani will be. They'll be small prices. Look at these firsters, the horses that haven't run this year, and maybe you might be able to get a good price. But I went 8, 1, and 5.
I agree with you. I went with High End Man. I've watched a few of these works in the morning, and he was doing it pretty easy. And you can see there's a lot of bullets on the page. I think this horse has a lot of ability. The 4th by 8 last year, that was going 3.5. He kind of was in a lot of trouble that day, and he couldn't really let him run.
That was a fast heat. They went 39 and 4.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fast going the straight 3.5. That's go sail go. He's in the feature, or he's in the feature later on.
Later on in the card. So yeah, I think he's a really talented horse. Out of like you say, a field where a lot of horses have had quite a few chances. This is just his 2nd start, but I think he's ready to go. I have him on top. I do have Simon Templar in the 2nd spot, the 5, Simon Templar. That was a brutal trip last time. Deputy's Command has come back and won.
You're too old for Simon Templar, the Saint.
Is that what that was? He's a Saint?
The Saint, yeah.
No wonder I don't know. So I have him in second spot, the Saint in second spot, and I put Waylon Jack, the horse who ran third in this last heat. I have him. He only got beat a length and a quarter. I have him in the third spot. I do think Simon Templar can turn the tables on him with a little better trip today. We did mention Terry Clyde has been heating up as well.
Yeah, had a wild weekend last weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's 8, 5, and 2 for me.
Alrighty, on to the fifth race.
On to the fifth race. 3 and up Colts and Geldings, maiden 5,000, and I have gone to the way outside to the 11 hole. Etesian. Dropping from maiden 10 into maiden 5. Nancy Betts, very competent trainer, gets the red hot, as we always say, Amadeo Perez. The 11 hole might hurt this horse, but Amadeo's a very talented rider. I think he can work out a decent trip from out there. The second spot I have Nellie's Trick, the one horse. I got the bookends here.
Yeah, you're inside outside.
Inside outside. Nellie's Trick goes from Birmingham to Fernando Perez, second leading rider. This horse ran third, you know, kind of took a big step up last time, running third. I think if he continues to progress, he could make some noise in here. And in the third spot, I have the other Nancy Betts horse, Oscar Knight, a horse that's also dropping out of that $10,000 level. Might be part of the pace factor in here. I don't know if he can carry that speed the whole way. So I have him in third spot. It's 11, 1, and 8 for me.
Yeah, obviously anytime you have 11 $5,000 maidens, it's going to be a tricky handicapping event. You really test all of your skills as to try and extract a winner out of here. But I like the 6-horse Blood and Diamond out of the Andrea Crookshank barn. She's only got a couple of horses. She's a gallop girl, very competent gallop girl, for those who don't know who she is. But this horse ran really better than it looks like on paper first time out against Mass Mailing. You had 2 next out winners, Estonia and Ice Rules. Both came out of that race. This horse ran 5th, beaten 7 lengths, was 4 wide throughout much of the race, 5 wide on the backstretch, carried on, ran 5th, beaten 7 lengths. That's not a bad race. Comes back and works in 47 flat, a little quick for my liking, but still worked well, and not facing an overly gifted group. So I think Blood and Diamond's maybe a bit of a price, might be able to get the job done.
I like that.
And the 11, I put your 11 in for second. Etesian, going to need some luck from post 11, obviously, but does drop, as you mentioned, from 10 down to 5. Ran a little bit better with the blinkers last time when blinkers on, and Amadeo is also going well, continues to go well, but still, the 11 hole's tricky, and even though he's probably the best horse in the race, might be tough to win from out there, so it might be definitely a favorite you might want to try and, or a top 3 choice you might want to try and beat. And the other Nancy Betts runner, as you mentioned, Oscar Knight, deserves respect, had speed, went with the 9-horse Wander About You. Both the 8 and 9, I think, are pretty similar. They both went with each other in their last run. It was their first starts of the year. They finished pretty close at the end. They dueled each other into defeat. But I put Oscar Knight in for third. But I do like the 6-horse Blood and Diamond. Tough trip last time. It was just his debut. Good comeback work. Not a bad draw. The tough horse might be drawn poorly. Might be a good opportunity for Blood and Diamond to win it. So I went 6, 11, and 8. On to the 6th race. We've got some $25,000 3-year-old fillies going 6.5. Kicking off your late pick 3s here. We got field of 8. I didn't like this race at all. I don't even really love my selection. I went with the 4 Bold Pretense out of the Greg Tracy barn. An okay 4th. Didn't show a lot. I know it was for 50 G's. She's in for 25.
She was a heavy favorite that day.
Yeah, but still
missed
the break a little bit. Rushed up 3 wide. Still, I thought maybe she should have offered more, but I got looking around. Who do I pick? Thimble, probably going to get pushed. Yang, kind of sucked up second last time. Kind of just got lucky with a rails run. I just didn't follow. Diamond Dancer. I don't know if that had a pretty easy trip last time on the head end against a pretty soft field of 17 5-granders. So I ended up with Bold Pretense. At least the horse has had 3 comeback work since. I guess Greg Tracy wasn't impressed with the way she ran last time either. He's given her a bit of time, and let's regroup and give her 3 works, and let's get it right this time. And maybe this will be the case. Enrique Gonzalez, congratulations Enrique on the nice stakes win with Overvalued last weekend. But maybe he can get a nice win here. And I put the 2-horse Thimble in for second. Pretty game win for 12-5. Time was good, 18 flat. And I put the 3 Yang, who finished just in behind Thimble, in for third. But a race I don't know. I think you need a few. If you're playing the pick threes, pick fours, might want to hit the old all button, which is always your friend. And
you never get beat by the all button.
No,
that's
you can't.
Right. Yeah, I know. This is a tough race. I landed on the same horse as you, Bold Pretense, because she has taken the big drop. Dance with the Wind came back around a bang-up race in the 3-year-old filly stake, ended up third, even though she was wide the whole way. Dance with the Wind's probably a pretty nice filly. Beat this filly by 5. She drops in for 25. So that's the horse I ended up on too. The second spot I took Diamond Dancer. Another one, I go again with William Levanaway. He's been very hot this year. That win for 17.5 was convincing enough that in a race where, tough to kind of see what's, make a case for some of them. A lot of them jumping up from that 12.5.
I just worry she may get hung out.
Yeah.
I think Thimble's not going to give her the lead.
Yeah.
There's going to be some speed. I think there's going to be some. If she clears, and I love her,
Then
I wish she could keep
tough.
the windows open until going past the fence the first time. If she's clear, well, then you got to like.
We'd probably still be down on the air if we
we'd
had
probably still
the pass posting window. The third spot I have Thimble. She ran a good race last time, but like you say, I mean, that 12.5 wasn't an easy race with Exotic Light and What a Score.
That's a tough 12.5.
Pretty solid 12.5.
It's every bit as good as this.
Yeah, exactly. So she win that pretty nicely, fought kind of the whole way. I have her in third spot, so it's 4, 8, and 2 for me.
All right, on to the 7th race. A nice allowance event for 3-year-old fillies, non-2, non-3 lifetime. 6.5 furlongs will be the trip. A good little race. Look at some firsters here, horses that haven't making their initial starts of the year, like Lady Born and Go Sail Go, who are both very quick. I see a bit of pace in here. I think the 1's going to go, the 3's going to go, and CD, the 6, probably going to, the 7, ouch. I just see a pretty solid pace in here, and I'm looking for the 4, Madeira Park, to get a better trip today. Broker Maiden, first time out this year, then came back 2 weeks later to run at about the same, actually a tougher race against R. Eleanor, but was found 3 and 4 wide throughout. She had a tough trip. She got bounced around. She was out of position the entire race. She ends up getting beat 6 lengths to R. and Eleanor. I know Ouch finished way ahead of her, but the pace scenario did not favor Madeira Park. I think it will this time. Ouch is going to get, I think, quite a bit of pace pressure. Madeira Park might be the one that slides in behind, not sitting 3 and 5 wide or 4 wide like she was last time. Yeah. So I like her to win it and rebound with a good effort, good work at 48 and 2 since her last race as well. I put Ouch in for second, and I put the 6 NCD, who was a very easy winner, despite not breaking great, but still ran off and hid in a maiden 20. The time was great that day, and she's come back to work well also. So I went 4, 7, and 6, but once again, no single in here. This is another good competitive race.
Yeah, absolutely. I ended up on Ouch just because of the way R. Eleanor came back and ran in the stake, ran a monster race. Looked like much the best in there. With Chad on her, I think maybe Chad will have a chance. Maybe she doesn't need the lead. Maybe he can suck her back a little bit.
Because you're not going to get 23-47 too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if he can suck her back a little bit, I think she's got quite a bit of talent. So I put her on top. The second spot I do have Ann Seedy, who, was an absolute romping winner.
Crushed him. There was lots
for maiden 20. Yeah, just huge race out of her. Gets a nice buyer for it, the 64 buyer. I don't know if she's seasoned enough. She only had the 1 race over the track this year. Made it obviously a convincing one. Yeah. But I put her in the second spot. And the third spot I put Go Sail Go out of the Robbie Anderson of Barn. A horse that was a first-time winner last year for maiden special weight. Really nice time, and looks like she has a lot of talent. Out of the nice mare sail past.
Yeah, good family. Unlimited potential there. You don't know how good she is. She crushed her field going 3.5, but she hasn't proven she can go 6.5. But look at her work. They're brilliant. 59s, 47s, 114. I mean, there's a lot of
a lot of upside. Bit of a wild card, right, as you say, with only the 1 3.5 race. But I'll take her in third spot just because she does look like she has a lot of talent. It is a wide open race. There's a lot of horses. Satellite Debris is a nice filly. There's a lot of fillies in here that we didn't even get to. So it is a pretty wide open race.
Yeah, no, we got a couple that won their last starts.
Princess Zeta
Adorable and Princess Zeta. Yeah. Both talented. They have some talent. They broke their maidens, but still, this is a step up in class, and it'll be interesting to see. I think however the race sets up, there's 4 of them going at it on the head-end. Well, of course, one of these back runners is going to get a great shot at winning.
Going to be flying late.
Another good betting race should be. Look for some value in here. But I went to the 4 Madeira Park, and Drew went to 7 horse. Ouch.
It is a wide open event in a lot of these races. Another one, the last race on the card, Fillies and Mares for Maiden 3000. And I took a bit of a flyer in here. I went with the 8 Kelowna Bell. Horse got beat 6 lengths last time. She's had 2 starts. She's progressed in both. So, you know, it's not a super field here. She has maybe a little bit more upside as a horse that hasn't run a whole lot. As I say, she just ran the 2 times, beaten 17 her first start, 6 her next start.
Oh, she's getting better. Yeah,
maybe she improves a little bit. Alex Murray's a very capable horseman, so I put Kelowna Bell on top. You probably get a bit of a price on her. In the second spot, I have a first-time starter, Leona's Miss. I'm kind of just going on connections here. Mark Cluche, a very capable horseman. I think Mark does a really good job. Amadeo Perez takes a call from Mark. They've had a winner or 2 this year. So I went with Leona's Miss in second spot. And in third spot, I have one of the more seasoned horses in here, Majestic Woman, who third, beaten 4 lengths last time to Viability.
Very kind, more seasoned. This will be your 21st
21st start. Well, I'm not picking her on top.
No.
She knows how to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, 5 seconds, 7 thirds.
12 out of 20 in the money, so there's a good spot for her.
That's good. Somebody's got to run third.
Yeah, exactly.
I went to the 3 horse in here, Drew. I went to Love and Peace out of the Mel Snow Barn. This horse was popping and stopping in her races last fall. I like the work tab, though. A series of a couple of good 103s, or just average 103s, and a couple of 6 furlongs, 117 and then 116 and 2, and then a good 114 and change, which signaled to me that she's getting better, and I'm going to give her a shot just because she's speed. Inoel Beato, a very talented rider in the saddle. I'm going to try her to go gate to wire. I put your 8, Kelowna Bell, in for second. I agree, this filly's got some upside. She's coming out of a good race. Finella Blossom, and I like Market Time and Victor's Miss in the other half of the split. So definitely a filly that got the softer half of the split here, absolutely. And so I like Kelowna Bell to run second, and I put your 7, Majestic Woman, the seasoned Majestic Woman, in for third. I went 3, 8, and 7. Well, that'll do it for our Sunday, May the 27th selections. Up next on screen will be a list of both of our picks.
Running through our selections, there's Mike's.
And here I come. In race number 1, I went to the 1, Lino Vision. A little chalky, but it looks like she's going to kick things off. I went 1, 3, and 2. Second race, I went to the 6, Prophet Star, 6, 5, and 2 for me. And the third race, I went to the 7, the Speedy Perfect Hostess, over the 8, My Bailout, and the 2, Our Dubai Girl. In the fourth race, I went with the 8, First Timer this year, High End Man, with the 1, Tolatani, and the 5, Simon Templar in behind. In the fifth race, I went to the 6, Blood and Diamond, over the 11, Etesian, and the 8, Oscar Knight. In the 6th race, number 4, Bold Pretense, the Greg Tracy barn, over the 2, Thimble, and the 3, Yang. In the 7th race, I went to the 4, Madeira Park for Dave Forster, the 7, Ouch, and the 6, pardon me, Ancidi. And in the 8th and final, I went to the 3, Love and Peace, followed up by the 8, Kelowna Bell, and the 7, Majestic Woman.
And on to my picks. There we go. In the first, I agree with Mike. I got Line of Vision, the 1, on top of the 3 and 4. The second race, I went with the 5, Vying for Glory, on top of the 6 and 2. Third race, the hard-knocking old mare, Tamarinda, the 4, on top of the 2 and 8. The fourth race, number 8, first-time starter, I agree with Mike. First time this year starter, High End Man, on top of the 5, Simon Templar, and the 2, Wayland Jack. In the fifth race, way outside to the 11, Etesian, on top of the 1 and 8. The sixth race, I agree with Mike again, number 4, Bold Pretense, over the 8 and 2. In the 7th race, I went with number 7, Ouch, over the 6 and 3. And in the 8th race, I went with number 8, Kelowna Bell, on top of the 4 and 7.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us for another edition of Handicappers Corner. On behalf of Drew Forster, I've been Mike Heads, your co-hosts, and we look forward to seeing everyone next week. Once again, we're running Friday, Saturday, Sunday next weekend, right, so we'll have 3 more shows for you. Friday Night Live, first race, 7 o'clock next Friday, June the 1st. So please do join us, and don't forget June the 9th. Belmont Stakes Day. Mark that day down.
Go Mario, go.
And I'll have another trying to win the Triple Crown. First time perhaps since 1978 when Affirmed did it. That was a lot of fun then. A lot of similarities too. Steve Cawthon, young, unproven jockey at the time, exactly. Riding Affirmed. And Mario, kind of a new kid on the block.
Absolutely.
A lot of similar connections.
New kid on the block to those. We all knew him here.
He's a seasoned veteran here at Hastings. Once again, thanks for joining us here on Handicappers Corner. We'll see you next week.
Do. This guy says the horse can do. If he says the horse can do, can do, can do.
I'm picking Valentine, cause on the morning line, the guy's got him figured at 5 to 9. So make it F and 10, he wins it by a half. According to this here in the Telegraph. F and 10.